Welcome back to the Joke Zero podcast, a podcast where we talk about all things indie filmmaking. And specifically this season, we are focusing on Joke Zero's first ever feature film called Plan B. And if you've listened to some other episodes, or if this is your first time, we are talking to everybody involved in the movie, on screen, behind the camera. And I am very excited because today we have our first duo episode. I don't know if they're actually twins, siblings, married, who knows? But we're going to get all of the stories. We've got Megan Beattie and Jordan Choh on the pod. How are you guys?
Hi. Doing good.
Hi. Now, I must say, you guys are actors in the movie, so you are in front of the camera, but you are also the band of the movie. You are the bass player and drummer of the film. So you wear a lot of hats in this movie, it sounds like.
That's right. I mean, I think like the best part was just getting to perform on stage and just, hanging out with the whole crew and the cast and everything. It was a rocking time the whole day.
Yeah, she was raving over Jon Heder the whole day.
My first question is, did you guys know each other before this movie?
No, we met on set, but coincidentally, we both lived in LA, and ever since then, we've just been like keeping in touch and working on each other's projects. And I do music as well, and you do music too, so it just kind of worked out that we've been in the same area helping each other out with the projects ever since we met on set. So yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, me and Megan wear many hats in our personal lives too, with our artistic fields, I think.
Okay, Jordan. Wow. This is also a PG podcast, so thank you so much for
We're not dating, just letting you know.
I'm joking with you. I'm joking. I love this. If you're watching this podcast right now, just so you can get the image, they are sharing one headphone. They are sharing a headphone and a microphone. So it's amazing that Brandon, you brought these two people together, as collaborators, as friends. It's really funny that they met on set and they are now in a room together doing the podcast together. So
yeah, just to jump in a little bit, I didn't think they knew each other when we started filming. It seemed like they did become friends on the movie. And then randomly, a few months after filming, I was on Instagram and saw that they were like performing on shows together and singing together and things like that. I was like, wow, that's pretty great.
Oh, it's a happy family now. So I want to hear a little bit about each of you. Obviously, you are actors in the industry. I want to know how you got your start.
I got started actually with music when I was really young. I was in choir, and then I started doing musical theater, and then I went to NYU, and I kind of just thought that I would be actor first and then a musician, like kind of part-time, or that music would be my shoe-in to like kind of do acting. But honestly, ever since I did the role of Plan B, like ever since I started, performing music and kind of acting together, I feel like every role that I've been a part of has been somehow related to music. So it just kind of worked out that I've kind of been, focusing more on music recently after the movie. And I'm really excited to put out some more songs of my own on Spotify and stuff like that. So definitely keep your eyes and ears peeled for that coming up soon this fall. I have one song out already and a couple more on the way.
That's amazing. How about you, Jordan?
I was in acting class in drama in junior and senior year of high school. And my teacher told me about Meisner. And I went to Sanford Meisner School for 2 years. And my coach told me how to get my start in the industry. So he told me how to cold email a bunch of agents, and hopefully one gets back, get your headshots, get your demo reel. You can get on short films to make your own. So I did all that. And then start of 2020, I joined SAG and I got my first agent, and then COVID happened. And
wow.
Yeah. But that was my start. Yeah.
2020, what a starting year. Yeah. You were ready for Hollywood and they were like, actually, you're going to stay home. So nice try. And you're also a drummer.
Yes. Since third grade, I've been playing drums like Animal from the Muppets.
And do you find that some of the roles you get similar to Megan, where you're playing drums or music has something to do with the roles you're playing?
Oh, yeah, quite often. Because I have a pretty extensive reel on my drumming skills. So I think people know about it a little bit.
Well, yeah, you got to show off all the special skills, right? That's great. Have you guys been hired again since this movie as a band?
No. We are not together. We just do our own things because we're so self-centered. We don't share our music.
True. We've collabed on a couple of music things together. I
No,
think
we definitely did.
yeah, we did a cover on my Instagram that I wanted your help out with. And I really like your style of working, just kind of like figuring it out as you go. And like if you can't get hired or you can't get cast, just do it yourself. And I end up doing that a lot as my go-to working thing because sometimes COVID happens, sometimes the strikes happen, and there's not a lot that you can control. So that's kind of why I started focusing on music after the film. It wasn't expected, but it's something that I could have controlled. So I just kind of wanted to do as much as I could and be creative still, even though there's all these hurdles and roadblocks in the way.
Just for people listening, if you have a skill like playing the bass, like playing the drums, and you kind of put it away because you're like, no, I'm an actor now. Like, no, you're 1,000 different things. So if you have something that sets you apart from the next actor in the audition room, then yeah, show it off. Tell them about it. Highlight it on your reel.
100% agree.
So question for you guys, how did you get involved with Plan B?
So I got involved with Plan B by getting a no cast and actors access from the man Brandon Tambury. And yeah, it was very spontaneous. I shot it that same day. Very small, not too many lines at all. So I was just very in the moment. I think I was playing some music, so I was already in the moment. So I got the part through that self-tape.
I love it. Did you play drums on the tape?
I played in the air, actually.
Really?
I think Brandon wanted to see the character behind the drums rather than the actual playing. But I also sent the skill reels too.
Is that true, Brandon? You just wanted to see someone's arms?
So to be honest, I don't fully remember exactly what the audition tape looked like, but I definitely saw a video of Jordan playing drums, whether it was his audition or whether it was just some kind of clip that was also sent to me.
Got it. So you were just like, he just wants to see this character. And meanwhile, he's like, does he actually play drums though? Let me Google this first.
Yeah, you'd be surprised because when we were casting these two roles, it was so important for me to have real musicians because just to give the audience a little background, Megan and Jordan are playing in a band with Jon Heder's character, Evan, who is the male lead of the movie. And Evan is in a band, and these are his two bandmates. And they do actually perform in the film. So it really was important that it looked like it was an actual performance from an actual band. So I needed a real drummer, I needed a real bass player, and Jon Heder does actually sing in the movie, which was fun also.
It's a great scene too, because he talks about the band the entire movie. And so we're waiting. We're like, does he actually even have a band? Is he just like saying this to look cool? And then it's like, oh no, there's a band. They're playing. It's great. I love that. So a self-tape, don't knock them, guys. Don't go on Actors Access. Submit yourself. How about you, Megan? How'd you get involved?
Similarly, I did a self-tape that was sent to me by my agent, and there were a couple lines I had to do, and then there was a little solo bass moment that I had to do. I think I just chose one of my favorite songs at the time, and I did a little bass riff to it. And you can tell me if this is true or not, but I have my theories about how I was cast. I think that there was someone else who was cast at first, and then maybe she dropped out or something because I was notified maybe like 2 weeks or a week before we actually got on set, like, oh, we want you to be in this movie. And I was in the process of moving to LA. So I was like moving back and forth kind of across the country. And I was like, say less, I really want to do this. And I'd kind of just picked up and stopped the move temporarily, flew from LA to New York, or no, it was Jersey. I flew from LA to Jersey to do this movie. It was 100% worth it. Would do it again.
I thought you were going to say I flew from New York to Jersey. I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, but that's a journey too. But yeah, LA to Jersey, and it was 100% worth it.
Well, yeah, I'll say my side of that. We definitely didn't cast the role. Like you were always the person. There may have been other people we were talking to, but to my surprise, people actually auditioned for the role of real bass player and didn't know how to play the bass. So I didn't really know, and I definitely was like watching tapes. I'm like, okay, this person has a good look, but then I'm like, all right, so you can play bass, right? And they're like, no, I can't actually play bass. So yeah, you were the first person we actually did cast in the role, and it really was just a lot of work casting all of these roles. We didn't have a casting director on the movie, and myself as the director and producer was actually doing all of this myself, which was a lot of work. So it might have just got lost in the shuffle because we did have a lot of roles that I was casting and had a couple interns helping me go through all of the self-tapes and things like that.
Confirmed.
That makes me feel good.
She earned that role with her skills. Yes, that should. I love that. So you guys, obviously, you're saying you were just out of school and you were starting out in the industry, and we had to go through COVID when you were actually starting out. So who knows what year it really was when we shot this movie. But I want to know, when you were told, hey, you're gonna be in a scene with Jon Heder, were you like so amped? Were you fans of Napoleon Dynamite? Like, what was that like for you?
Well, that year, I think it was that year that was the first time I saw Napoleon Dynamite. So the timing was perfect. I loved the film even more the second time, the third time. I just kept watching it. There was something about it, So yeah, meeting him, I mean, on that day, yeah, it all synced perfectly with the timing. And yeah, it was a great privilege to hang out with him. He was such a nice guy. And yeah, teasing us around here and there. More just me, but yeah, he was very professional, fun, nice. Yeah, it was great.
He's paying you to say that right now, right? He was like,
Yeah, that's why I'm shaking.
Jordan, you better speak highly of me on this podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Is John off camera with you two right now?
He's the one with the ring light in the room. No, he's cool. And I just loved seeing like such a big star be so down to do indie films. Like, he was just excited to be there. He was cool to everyone on set.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I've been a fan of Napoleon Dynamite since I was very young, and it's still probably one of my favorite movies nowadays. I mean, he's done so much more than Napoleon Dynamite. He's done Blades of Glory. He's done like so much. And I've always admired him. Like, I just could tell through the screen that he was a very down to earth person, but meeting him in person was like, it was just chill. Like, we were talking about music the whole day. Like, he was just a regular nice guy, which he is.
Guys, have you asked him yet to do a song with you yet? I know you've collaborated.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I don't know if he considers himself so much of a musician, because I remember on set he was actually asking us for advice, like, so do I strum a guitar? Like, how would you strum this guitar? How would you? And I'm like, am I qualified to be giving you this advice? But I just was telling him, like, you just gotta strum it with some emotion, some empathy. Like, it's like, your passion.
I love it. Who wrote the song you guys play in the movie?
So that was me. From the actual lyrics was me and my friend that I wrote the script with, and then we had a music, really, I'd say, I guess, like, music coordinator technically, whose name is Henry Kapersky.
I love Henry. I didn't know Henry was involved in this song. That's so exciting.
Yep. So I had worked with Henry on a few projects before. He was like the only person I really knew that knew how to write music, and I gave him pretty much just the lyrics, and then he turned out like actual sheet music that you could give in a real musician to play, which was really fun.
That's cool. Did you guys get the music ahead of time, like, to learn?
Yeah, we did. We got to listen to it a few times and practice it, so then it would look like we're actually playing the song along with the band.
Yeah, he gave us plenty of time to listen to it and get familiar with it.
That's fun, honestly, to like get cast as a band and then end up collaborating together. I want to know, what kind of stuff have you guys done since? I know you mentioned a couple, you've helped out on my project, but like, what are the projects, guys?
Well, I helped out with one of your films. It was like very chill, and I felt really, drawn to your work because of what I was saying earlier about how it's just important to kind of like collab with people who have like a similar mindset to creating stuff like you do. And I just kind of love the guerrilla style that you have. Like, let's just go out there and do something, bring all of our cameras, and just like, we have the script. Like, I've got like 5 friends. Let's just create something. I kind of really vibe with that energy.
I've been so involved with my own independent film for the past 6 months. Brandon, talking about you doing the casting, directing, the pre-production, the filming, the DP, and I'm sure you're part of everything.
I wore many hats on the film and did so many things, and I'm still doing so many things. I'm producing this podcast really just to promote the movie all this time later after filming.
I remember watching Brandon on set on how focused he was and how many things were on his mind. You could just tell. And being on set directing my own film, you always forget something and you just have to go on and, just do your best and focus on the important things, let things go, when you're doing everything yourself. Yeah, I'm very excited for my feature film. It's coming to a close. We're reshooting right now. It's called A Promise.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. And yeah, we're going to start post-production very soon. So very excited for that.
That's super exciting.
Megan, you do music for the film, or?
Yeah, I've been focusing a lot on music recently, but I was in a web series recently that's coming out around the same time as Plan B. So if you want, you can follow me on Instagram, and all of the information will be there. It's just my name, Meg Beattie. And I've also just kind of been producing my own music and figuring out like the music videos and, you know, putting stuff out online, all of that. But yeah, I guess just to go back to your point about the way that I remember seeing Brandon on set, it was very like, I don't want to bother this guy. Like, I don't want to get in his way. Like, he's clearly got a lot going on. But I just felt like it was so nice that you kind of took the time, like when we had a moment, a break, to just introduce yourself to people. Like, it really made a difference, and it made me feel like everybody on set like really cared about this project and like really cares about the people working on the project. And that makes a huge difference, I think, like with not just the vibe on set and the energy, but I think it does translate, you know, to the quality of the film overall. And you can tell like on screen if that translates well and if everyone's having a good time, especially in a comedy. That's so important.
For sure.
And comedies nowadays, they don't do comedy like they used to. So I'm very excited for this one.
Brandon, this is so nice.
Yeah, I really, really appreciate all that. Yeah, it's like compliments on compliments.
He was a monster to me. I don't know. You just like came over and you were like, work harder. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I do think that day when we filmed the music scene was a fun day. We kind of had this very hectic morning. There's a scene, if you've seen the film, with Piper and Evan, Jamie Lee and Jon Heder, when they're really talking backstage. That really was backstage at this music venue, which is a real music venue in South Jersey called the Union Firehouse that we were able to film at. So that was a little bit hectic filming that really emotional scene, but all of the actual the band stuff was a lot of fun.
I was joking. Brandon was immediately you were like, we're down to play and like improvise. And I was like, oh, awesome. Like, that's exactly what an actor is excited. You know, then you're like, I don't have to be so nervous that it's like such a rigid, you know, like scene or whatever. Anyway, good vibes. And look at that. You made a friendship happen. You made a partnership, a creative partnership happen. This is lovely.
I'm hoping that I form the real band. I'm waiting for Jon Heder to come back in to be the lead singer.
That would be amazing. I would say yes in a heartbeat. Whenever you're ready, Jon, hit us up.
I love that. Megan, I had a question for you because Brandon noted it. Did you get your SAG card from this movie? Was that?
Yeah, I did get my SAG eligibility card, I guess, for that. Still waiting to save up about $3,000 so then I can actually join. And, you know, I'm not in a rush. Like, I'm still doing my own things. I'm still able to work on my friends' non-union projects. So it'll happen when it happens, you know?
Yeah, I would say my advice is there's no rush after a strike like that to just join and wait for it all to come in. So that's smart move. But hey, that's awesome. On an indie film, you can meet your friends, you can meet collaborators, and you could even get eligible for a SAG card. So sounds like you guys had a great experience.
Absolutely. It was so worth it. I would go across the country to film with Jon Heder and Brandon again. I'd do it. Would you do it?
I would do it again, man. I'm so happy that it was in Philadelphia. I mean, it was in Jersey, in the East Coast. I've never been to the East Coast. Rocky's my favorite film of all time.
Did you get to go?
I ran up those steps every morning I was there and had this Philly cheesesteaks. And yeah, it was really cool. Just the whole experience.
Really Meisner of you. It was really nice. You really leaned in.
Oh, yeah, leaned in. Yeah, right. I lived truthfully under the imaginary circumstances.
I love it. Well, I know, Megan, you told everyone your Instagram before, but let everybody know where they can find your work, where they can see your stuff on TikTok, Instagram, websites, whatever you got.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram. All my stuff will be posted there. I've got the web series coming out. I have my EP coming out this fall. And of course, Plan B, which I'm going to promote the crap out of. So it's going to be at Meg, MEG_BEATTIE. Beattie, like Warren Beatty, but with IE, no Y.
My social is at Jordan Choh. And Choh is spelled CHOH. We have an extra H at the end. I don't know why. And yeah, you'll find most of the things on there. You can look me up on YouTube, Jordan Choh, to find the short film she was in, Jordan Choh, CHOH, Jordan Choh Shorts. I have too many channels, but go to Instagram. Please check out A Promise. I have a Instagram page for it as well, and it's linked on my profile, and that will be coming out. I have no idea, but we'll start editing it soon.
Well, congrats to both of you on all this stuff. And you guys are so much fun. I didn't even tell you until now, but I'm an alto sax player. So in case you need, I'm ready to join the band. I can hop on.
I'll keep that in mind.
We got 4 in the band now.
Yes,
It-
join us.
I mean, Jon Heder. Brandon, what do you play?
I played trumpet in middle school.
There we go.
It's been many years since I've picked it up. I do still have it.
I love it. Well, this is so much fun. You guys are great. Everybody go follow them and find them. And I'm excited that we all get to share Plan B together. So everybody go watch the film if you're listening to this. And we will see you on the next episode. Bye.